Good evening, everybody. My name's Steve Tower. Welcome to AFR Wildcard Wednesday for April 3rd, 2019. Tonight, we are proud to be featuring the newest expansion for Breakaway Football from Uplink Underground. This is the Red Zone expansion. So with this expansion, you are able to quick play out a game between any of the 16 previously released teams in about 15 minutes or less. I've actually gotten a couple games in around 10 minutes. Our game tonight will probably take a little bit longer as I'll walk you through the steps, but hopefully you'll be able to get an idea of how the Red Zone expansion plays out and get an idea if it's something you maybe want to add to your tabletop gaming collection. Now keep in mind, because this is an expansion, you do need to have the base set of Breakaway Football, and any of the teams you want to play with, you need to have those team cards. So the base game comes with 4, and then there are a couple of expansions that you can add some separate teams. And then once you get this Red Zone expansion, you'll be able to play the quick version with all of those teams. So without further ado, let's head on down to our game day overview camera, and tonight's matchup is going to be between the Rhinos, and they will be hosting the Sharks. This was thanks to a viewer poll on last night's news, so thank you for everyone who voted. The Rhinos got the most votes, so they will be the home squad, and the Sharks got the second most votes, so they will be visiting. So for historical reference, the Rhinos are based on the famous mid-'80s Chicago squad. So they are a very defensive-minded team, though they do have some certain offensive capabilities for sure. And then the Sharks are based on the 80s era Miami squad. So they are a high-flying, passing offensive team whose defense is it actually wears down as the game goes on. So they have 2 separate charts, one for the first half and one for the second half. All right, so how we get things set up for the game. Each of these cards that come with the game, they are double-sided. One for home and then one for away. And the helmet conveniently points in the direction that they're going for when they're home or away. So Sharks are away team, they'll be on their away side. Rhinos are home, they'll be on their home side. First thing we're going to look at is drive bonuses. So up here you see the offense rating for the Sharks. For run, they have a 2. We'll match that up with the defense of the Rhinos. For run, it's a 4. So no bonus for them on run. And then for pass, they have a 3, and the Rhinos' defense is a 4, so they would get no bonus there either, except their special ability is that they have elite receivers, so they get a minimum drive bonus of 2, regardless of the difference between their offensive rating and the defensive rating of the other team. So we'll put a 2 down here. And now for the Rhinos, their offense is 4 against for the run, against a defense of 3 for the Sharks. So they will get a 1 for their run. And then their pass is a 2. The Sharks' defense is a 1, so they will again get a 1. And we will show you how the drive bonuses work here in just a minute once we have our first drive. The next thing we will determine is who is going to get the ball first. So we'll roll a die on an even. The Rhinos will get it. An odd, the Sharks will get it. And it is odd, so the Sharks will get the first possession. We'll use this first down target marker to remember who got the opening kickoff. And now we are ready to get underway. So we'll use the game day deck that came with the base game. I'll shuffle that up and then get ready to go. So for the kickoff, it's all done by just one card. You flip it over and you look at the offensive breakaway, and the number there is going to tell you how many lines forward they will move. So anybody familiar, if you're familiar with the base game, you'll see that the lines here have been, there are fewer of them, and this is due to the fact that it's highlight plays from the game. So each of these results that's coming, think of it as a combination of plays. But for the kickoff, so they're going to move forward 2, so they're going to actually start their drive on the 15. So now what we'll do, we'll take the first offensive card. So we'll have all the offensive plays here for the Sharks, all the offensive plays for the Rhinos over here. They'll be shuffled up. Then you flip it over, and we see that they are running out of their pro set. So we're going to roll 2 dice on the Rhinos defensive chart. We get a 10. So they are going to be running a man-to-man 2-4 defense. So the first number is against the run. The second number is against the pass. So it's a strength 4 against a strength 2. So normally it would be a -2. However, this is a minimum gain of 1. So right now we have a potential pass play of 1. And now on the back of the rule book, it has this nice chart that breaks down when a breakaway happens. So man-to-man defense, it will get a defensive breakaway against a play-action pass or a special run, and the offense will get an offensive breakaway if they called a medium pass or a power run. This is a short pass, so there are no breakaways. So this is where the drive bonus will come in. If there are no breakaways, the offense gets their 2 because they are running a pass play, so they'll move forward 2 lines, and now we will flip the card. So again, this will be a potential pass play of 1, and we look at the game day card, and it's heard the footsteps, so it's actually going to be a 0 pass play. And now, using the same card, we are going to look at the field goal. Because they are past the 50-yard line, they'll automatically try to kick a field goal if they are past the 50-yard line. If they're at the 50 or back in their own territory, they would punt. So we'll look down here. This tells us we need to have at least a 7, and unfortunately, so using the same card, we'll look down here, and it's only a 6, so it is going to be a missed field goal on their first drive. So here in that first part, for the first quarter for the Sharks, we will put the missed field goal token, and now the Rhinos will take over on their own 35. All right, so no need for a return, so we'll flip it over, and they are going to call a out of their pro set a medium pass. So this is a low accuracy because of that target symbol there. So now we'll look over what defense they're going to call. So this is out of their pro set, so they're going to roll 2 dice. And actually the Sharks, they will never roll more than 3 dice. So even when the Rhinos are out of their shotgun formation, where other teams would normally roll 3, the Sharks are only going to roll 2. All right, so they get a 9. And again, we're going to be looking at the first half. Once we get into the second half, we will look down here. Their defense gets worse as the game rolls on, so they're going to be calling a nickel blitz, and this is against the pass. It's a 4, so right now we have a potential pass gain of 3, but let's look at our handy-dandy chart here, and we see that a blitz actually wins against a medium pass. So this is going to be a defensive breakaway. So on a defensive breakaway, they do not get the drive bonus, so they will not advance 1. We'll flip over the card, and with a defensive breakaway, the defense can either choose to accept the game day result or the breakaway result up here in the top left-hand corner for a defensive breakaway. So they are going to go back 2 spaces, so they will get moved back into this special spot here, which means they are pinned deep in their own territory. And that is going to be the end of their drive, so they will have to punt. When they're this far back, they do not get a chance for a coffin corner punt. We'll see potentially some of those here later in the game. So a punt, and you just combine the punt and the return, it'll move 3 lines forward. So the Sharks are going to start in good position at the 50-yard line, and we'll put the result of the Rhinos' first drive was a punt. All right, so now their second drive for the Sharks, they're going to air it out. So they're in their shotgun formation. We'll see what the defensive call is. They roll a 15. So they're going to call a zone. So right now this is a potential pass play of 2. So let's see, a zone. It wins against a special pass, loses to a special run. This is a long pass, so no breakaways, so the Sharks will get their their drive bonus. So they'll move up to the 16 or to the 15-yard line rather. Now we'll flip the game day card. And this is going to be, okay, so again, this is a low accuracy pass. So they needed to get a game day card with the green writing on it for it to be completed. But this is a play under review, so the defense gets to draw 2 cards and pick which one they're going to take. Oh boy, and actually, oh, that kind of stinks, because both cards are going to make it a completed pass that's going to go for a touchdown, because this would be a penalty, and then the offense would just choose to not accept it. And then this one, it wouldn't add to the, because it's a pass, but because it's in green, it would again be a completed pass, and this is going to be a gain of 2, so it's going to be a touchdown. So there we go. So a touchdown for the Sharks. The extra points, you just look at the bottom here, and as long as it's not the blocked field goal icon, they get the extra point. So there we go. The first points on the board, and it is the Sharks. Let's see. Oh, I forgot one of the special abilities for the Rhinos, that is a long field. So normally when an offense is moving into their opponent's territory, they ignore this -1, -2. This is when the offense is going this way. So they did have to gain 2, and they did gain 2 from that because it was a defense value of 4 against a 6. So they'd go 1, 2 for the touchdown. All right, so there we go. First points of the game go to the Sharks here late in the first quarter. And now we'll have the kickoff back to the Rhinos and an advance of 2. So they will start on their 35. So Rhinos in the hole early. They're going to go to their running formation out of the I form. So just 1 die rolled for the defense. They go to their wide run. This is a special run that they can change it to an outside run, but they won't, because of the wide run defense would get a breakaway against an outside run. So no breakaways. They'll get their drive bonus of 1 for that. And now we will, let's see, this is going to be, right now it's a potential run of 0 because the defense is 3 against an offense of 3. So let's see what the game day card says. It's a penalty on a pass, so we just ignore that. So run play of 0, they get stuffed at the line, and they're going to punt it away. So they're going to try for a coffin corner punt, and when that happens, you look up here, and they need to get at least a value of 9, and they actually got a value of 12. So they're going to pin the Sharks deep in their own territory, but it is another punt, and we start the second quarter with the Sharks with the ball and the lead, but pinned it deep in their own territory. Let's see what happens. Oh, they're going to go to a special pass, so a flea flicker. Let's see what the defense calls. They'll roll 3 dice. They get a 12, so they're going to go with the press. Let's see, the press. This is a special pass. Okay, so no breakaways, so they will get their drive bonus. They'll move up 2. Let's see what the game day says. Oh, and it's so it's going to be a completed pass. They got the green number, so for the low accuracy, and it's going to add 1 to it. So it was a pass gain of 1, and this will be a pass gain of 2. And so the drive will stall out at the 35. They'll try the field goal, and this time it is good. So the Sharks add to their lead, and they are now on top 10-0 against the Rhinos. So the Sharks here on the road with the early lead. Let's see where the kick return, and the Rhinos are going to start at their own 35, see if they can get something going before the half. They're going to stay on the ground. Trick play, they're going to run a draw out of their shotgun formation. And the Sharks are going to counter. They're going to call a nickel wide run. So let's see, the wide run, so no breakaways. They'll get their 1 drive bonus. Let's see, the wide run is 3. Okay, so again, we have a potential run of 0. And this is a, let's see, penalty on the defense. So we'll move forward 1 line, and now we get to run another play because a drive can't end on a defensive penalty. So anytime a second card has to be added to a drive, it works the same, except there is no drive bonus. The drive bonus only happens on the first card. All right, so out of the shotgun formation, and they're going for it all. Let's see what the Sharks counter with. They're going to get fooled. Let's see, they're going to call a run defense. So it's not a breakaway for either side. So normally they would get a drive bonus, but because it's a second play, they don't. All right, so let's see what happens. So we have a potential pass. Well, it's going to be a potential touchdown if they can complete the pass. And they do not. Bang, bang, collision. All right, so they'll be stopped at their the opponent's 35, and they need a 7 or better to kick the field goal, and they get a 9. So there we go. The Rhinos get on the board here midway through the second quarter, and it is 10-3. Here's the returning kickoff, and we get a touchback. So for a 0 result, they will start at the 15. Let's see, the Sharks keeping the pedal down. They're going to go for a, out of the shotgun formation, a deep cross. It's a medium pass. So let's see, a 9. So they're going to call a zone defense. No breakaways either side, so they'll get their drive bonus of 2. And let's see, this is a potential pass gain of 2 and a pass gain of 3. So 1, 2. So normally against any other team, that would be a touchdown, but because this is the Rhinos, they have this long field because of their stout defense. They're actually going to hold them. They're going to make a goal line stand and stop them right down there. So instead of a touchdown, it is going to be a chip shot field goal for the Sharks. So they will extend the lead. They'll go up by 10 instead of going up by 14. And now the last drive of the half. And the Rhinos will start at their 15. They're going to go on the ground. They call a inside run out of the shotgun formation. Let's see. And they will call they're going to stick with that wide run defense. Let's see. So no breakaway on either side. So look at their drive bonus of 1 for the run. And normally this would be a run of -1 because the defense is a 3 and the offense is a 2, but this has a minimum gain of 1. So right now a run play gain of 1. The game day card is not going to help. So they will end up at midfield and they will have to punt. And let's see, it would actually be a touchback because they needed at least a 9, but it's not going to matter. So it'll come out here. The time will run out. And that is the end of the half. So there you go. That's just how fast a half can play in the red zone expansion here. So after a full half of play, the Sharks on top, 13-3. They've had an answer so far for the Rhinos defense. But now we'll see if the Rhinos can make a little comeback here in the second half against the tiring veteran defense of the Sharks. All right, so the Sharks had the ball first in the first half, so the Rhinos will start with the ball in the second half. And also, they will gain 1 challenge token for the second half. So in the expansion here, this red zone, there's only 1 challenge flag, and it's given to the home team that they can use in the second half. All right, so the second half kickoff, Rhinos are going to start at their 15-yard line. They'll be in the shotgun formation. Let's see what the Sharks call. So now we will be using their second half. They're going to be calling a man-to-man. So let's see, man-to-man against a finesse run, no breakaways on either side. So they'll get their run bonus of 1. So right now this is a potential run gain of 2. Game day won't help. So 1, 2. Oh, they'll bring the field goal unit out, and it is going to miss. They needed a 7, and they got a 5. All right, so Rhinos thought they had a scoring drive to open the half, but they end up missing the long field goal. All right, so Sharks will take over on their own 35. They're going to, a little trickery. They're going to have their shotgun formation, call a halfback trap. Let's see if they fooled the Rhinos. They call a man-to-man. So man-to-man, no breakaways either way against an inside run. However, the Sharks do not have any drive bonus for a run play, so they won't move. So right now we have a potential run. It's 2 against 1, but this has a minimum gain of 1. So a run play of 1. Oh, but a nice block. Massive block puts the D lineman on his back, so they're actually going to gain 2 on the ground. And, and the field goal is going to get blocked. So there we go. Field goal gets blocked. So we'll put that up here, and let's see, they get 1 card return, so the Rhinos will actually take over after the blocked field goal at midfield. Can they capitalize here late in the third? Out of their I formation, they're going to go try for a short pass, and the Sharks call a zone defense. Let's see, so no breakaway on either side. So they'll move forward 1 with their drive bonus. Let's see, zone 3 against 1, but it's a minimum gain of 1. So right now we have a pass gain of 1. Oh, let's see, except that it's going to be a dropped pass. All right, so I could use their challenge flag, but because the field goal is going to be good, they're going to take it just to chip away at that lead a little bit, and it will be 6-0 here towards the end of the third quarter. And now they got to hope that their defense can hold. Sharks will start on their 15, and let's see. They're going to go out of their pro set, call a play action pass. The Rhinos, they're going to call a press. Let's see. Okay, so no breakaway either side. They'll get their drive bonus of 2. Right now, it's going to be, it's actually going to be a pass loss of 1, unless the game day helps. And it's not, okay, because it's a run. So the Sharks will lose 1, and they won't get enough for the coffin corner, so it'll advance 3, and the Rhinos will take over on their 15, and actually the first punt of the game for the Sharks. All right, here we are in the fourth quarter. Rhinos down by a score, trying to come back here. Let's see. They're going to go to the ground game. See if they can catch the Sharks off guard. They call a blitz. Let's see, against the power run, no breakaway either side, so they'll get their 1 run drive bonus. And let's see, a blitz 2-0. All right, so it's going to be a run gain of 2 right now, and that's what they'll get. 1, 2. And, the field goal is going to miss, unfortunately. If this was the very last one, they would go for it instead of trying the field goal. But, all right, so missed field goal. Their second missed field goal of the game. Okay, here we go, Sharks. See if they can add on to it. They're going to go to their ground game. Out of the pro set, let's see, a 5. They're going to call man-to-man. All right, so no breakaways either side. No drive bonus because they're calling a run. So this is going to be a potential run play of 0 right now. Game day doesn't do anything, so their drive stalls out. They don't get the coffin corner punt, so it'll advance 3 spaces. And so the Rhinos defense doing their job here in the second half. They just need some help from the offense. All right, so the Rhinos down by a score. This will potentially be their last drive, so they are going to go for it if their drive does not end in a score. I'll show you how that works in just a minute. Let's see. So right now they're going to start out with a play action pass. Let's see, out of their I form. So maybe they'll trick the Sharks defense. They're going to go to a man-to-man. Oh, no. And it's going to be a defensive breakaway. Man-to-man wins against a play-action pass. So, no drive bonus. And, let's see, they'll take the -1. All right, so the Rhinos pin deep, and they have no choice but to go for it. So they'll run one more play. Again, there'll be no drive bonus because this is the second card of the drive, and it can't end in a punt. They either have to be down far enough to kick a field goal, which wouldn't help them anyways, or they have to score, and otherwise it's going to be a turnover on downs. All right, so let's see. I think that we'll do the second half adjustments, and we'll flip it to this longer card. So they're going to call a 49X fly out of the pro set, a long pass but a low accuracy. And let's see, it's out of the pro set, so Sharks roll 2 dice. They get a 3. Oh, and they call a tight run defense. Let's see, no breakaways. All right, so they get one. Oh, no, they don't get the drive bonus because this is the second one. All right, so here we go. They need to have green on the card for the pass to complete. Oh, and it does. Hey, how about that? Let's see. So they called a tight run. Oh, so this is going to be it's a gain of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how about that? They're going to score a tying touchdown, and they get the extra point. So we are all knotted up, but the Sharks do get one last possession. Otherwise, we're gonna head to overtime. All right, how about that? So here's the kickoff. Sharks will start at the 1, and let's see. They are going to let's see, do they want to rotate it? Because they're tied. Yeah, why not? They'll go for it all right now. All right, let's see what the Rhinos call. 17. They're going to call a blitz. Let's see, a blitz. Okay, no, it doesn't. No breakaways, so they'll get their drive bonus of 2. Let's see. So right now, this is a potential gain of 3, which again, because of the Rhinos' special ability, would put them here. But they just would have a chip shot field goal to win the game. But this is a low accuracy pass, so they need to have green on the game day card, or we're headed to overtime. And they get green, and they're gonna have enough for the field goal. So there we go. They get stuffed at the line. They bring on the field goal unit, and as time expires, they're gonna kick the game-winning field goal. And that is gonna be your final from the Windy City. The Sharks come away with a win on the road, 16-13. Oh, there we go. How about that? that was pretty exciting. And I didn't even get to showcase the other special ability of the Rhino is that normally when if a team ever gets an offensive breakaway, they just automatically score a touchdown. But we never had that happen this game. But for the Rhinos, the team has to draw the game day card, and they get no automatic touchdowns on an offensive breakaway. But that didn't come into play here, so they were unable to hold them there in that last drive, and the Sharks pull out. So there we go. That was a pretty good example of just how fun this red zone expansion is. And now, of course, let's see, we're at a half hour of video time here, but probably about 15 of that at least was me talking about things. So as you can see, the game will really fly by. As I've said, I've gotten a couple games in around 10 minutes. So once you get everything set up, the course of the game, it goes by really fast. And so if you were looking to do some kind of a season replay or a season project with this game, or you want to do a single team project, this is the perfect addition to Breakaway Football. So you can quick play out all the other teams, and then use the regular version of the game to play out your team. So there we go. That's the red zone expansion. It is available right now. There's a link down below to the Uplink Underground website. You can learn more about the game, all the other different expansions that are available for the game, and also links to how to purchase the red zone expansion. So there we go, guys. I will just say that the game is also, you can use the weather expansions with this. It does have special rules. So if you want to have a game set in the winter or in a rain, that is incorporated into the expansion. So, all right, that's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, my name's Steve. Get out there, have fun, play games, and I will see you after further review. Have a good night, everybody.